Hello, hello, testing. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Not sure whether you guys can hear me. Hello. Do 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 do. There we go. Sweet. Oh, blimey, that one's gone a bit skewy. Shite. Caesar. Oh, fuck. It's not good. I'm gonna have to probably cancel this print, I think. Yeah, I have to stop this print. Okay, that's fine. Actually, let's just pause this. And do that. That's a bit of a bugger. That was going so nicely as well. Anyway, we can. I'll show you guys exactly how to do everything in a 3D printing sense. It tells me that that just wants to be lowered just a touch. Oh, I got 25 of these bloody things. Yay. Never mind. Yeah, so this is just 3D printing, just random stuff. This print was going to take 5 hours, so I might just do a print that's not going to take 5 hours, maybe like an hour print. Something like that. Something just a little bit different, which I think is better for you guys. So, anyway, right. So, I'm just going to start a screen share. With this one. So here you go. So essentially, I'm just going to load up a new file. I think that one, the ski carry clips. I'm not sure how long these take to print. Oh, this reckons 6 hours. That'll be alright. Okay, so you can see that there are 200 degrees there and 70 degrees there, so it's absolutely fine. What's this bloody one wants to? There we go. So that's absolutely fine. So what we'll do is we will home the Y and I'll home them all. And then with Z we'll go back up like this. Which is absolutely fine. And then what we will do is we will raise this by 10. Now I'm just going to clean the 3D print a little bit. Get it something, not that, there we go, that'll do. Just get like a little tissue. You clean it, and now I'm gonna go back to the 3D printer because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press that print button there, so that one there, because we're at temperatures. Okay, so now there we go. We're back to there, and all I'm gonna do is it might be easier if I were to let's go to the control center. There we go. So do that. Oh, I turned my camera off. Whoops. There we go. Whoopsie. Never done this before. I'm not too sure what I'm doing. But screen share, I kind of want to sort of cameraman. No. YouTube. I'm opening up my YouTube. Weird. Okay, I'm really not too sure what I'm doing. Go back to here. Go back to that one. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really know what I'm doing. Never mind. Cameraman. There we go. So, hopefully this is fine. Then I might be able to. Not sure what that's doing. Anyway, all I'm going to do now is click the extrude button just to extrude out some plastic. Once it's done, hit that print button. Get rid of one of those gammy tissue in the way, and then hopefully, with a little bit of luck, we'll put the finger there. That looks mighty nice. So there we go. So that's just going to start doing the print. Good. I'm glad it turned there. Basically, what this is doing is going around the perimeter first, which is absolutely fine. I'm just sort of extruding out or putting out a bit more material for ease of use. Here we go. So it's just going to go all the way around, and then it will print what it needs to print, which is absolutely fine by me. I'll print the shot glasses tomorrow, I think, but this is probably the best one to print now. What I'm printing is a ski clamp. Design was on Thingiverse. Not sure why I did that. I'll just adjust that like that, maybe. And that one like that. Oh, it's a bit. That's high now. You see, this is the problem I have with this 3D printer. That looks okay actually. But yeah, it's either not correct or it's too good. So it stopped printing there for some unknown reason. Not too sure why. That's absolutely fine. And that will just keep printing for a bit, which is always fun. Okay. Hey, it's always good. So yeah, I don't want to screen share. So I just kind of want to go back to wherever I was. No, this is very weird. Oh, there we go. This is where I was. No one's viewing. Sad, isn't it? No one wants to see some 3D printing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Never mind. So yeah, this is pretty much what I do when I need to, really. It says stream status bad. What's so bad about it? I don't know. Yeah. That seems alright to me. I'll be alright. So yeah, I'm just it's quite good at the moment. It's working nicely. 3D printing, 3D printing on the rooftop, far away. 3D printing, tasty. Problem with 3D printing, obviously, is it's not an art, but it's quite a challenge sometimes to try and get something to print properly. This seems to be printing quite nicely. You always watch the first layer. After that, you don't really care too much about the rest because you know that it'll print okay. But yeah, you want that first layer to go down perfectly, and if it isn't, then you're asking yourself, why isn't my layer perfect? Really. So you're looking for good, solid layers, which is really what this has got. Actually, this has got some really nice, good layers on it at the moment, which is nice to see. I think this is the final one. Yeah, so it's got to go. Yeah, it's going around its final first part of the layer, and then it will infill all of like these gaps here, and all in here. And then after that, it'll probably start the other one here, and then after that, oh, it's hot. So temperatures that I use, I'm using green PLA, which is polylactic acid, which is pretty much an organic material, and it gets extruded. This is 1.75 mil extruding stuff, and it gets extruded from the spool holder, which is above you guys, through here, and it grabs hold of this. It's got a hobbed bolt, which, as this stepper motor moves, don't jog it. That moves the hob bolt inside, which pushes the extruder down, which goes into here. This is the J-head print filament, and this wire here, if you can see that one is the thermistor, and you have another one around this side, which is the resistor, which basically gives you the temperature. So that's quite cool. And then after that, what you have, oh, there we go, and now it's starting that. So that prints out, and I'm printing this PLA at 200 degrees centigrade. I have ABS, and I also have orange PLA. But I find that this green stuff is brilliant. It's the one I use the most. And yeah, you can see that it doesn't. This printer doesn't print very quickly because this whole thing moves up, and you got that moving backwards and forwards instead of something like the Ultimaker, which works completely differently. Whereas the print head moves in the X and Y direction, and the Z direction is the build plate. So instead of this, the build plate stays the same, but the extruder lifts up, which is perfectly adequate. Sometimes better, depends really what you like. This is printing very nicely. Nothing wrong with this one so far. So basically, skis are going to go inside of here, and you've got like little finger grips so you can hold onto it. My guess is I'm hoping it will last a week, but it probably won't. Hence why I'm printing 2, which would be nice. So yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. So yeah, so basically you always watch the first layer, which is what I will do. This takes about 5 hours to print, so I'm not going to be speaking the whole time. Probably play some games or something. I'll see if I've got any coursework to get on with. Probably do. But yeah, no, it just prints very nicely. A little bit slow on the first lot, but they always are, because you want that layer to go down pretty much perfectly, which this layer is. These layers are going down there very nicely. It's a shame about that layer fucking up, but that's what happens when you try and print too many, is sometimes it just fucks up. Which sucks. But yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that. It looks nice. This is looking very good, actually. So it's not the thickest of material, but it'll be quite tall, so it's very good in that sense. And you got nice strengthening bits here, which is always good. So for that bit, you just want to just sort of put that down and hold on to it. 70 degrees is quite hot to hold on to, so always change fingers if you can, or go back to a finger that's got some good heat receptors. But yeah, it's absolutely fine. And then that goes around, joins up with that one, and it will print. And it always prints. See, that was lifted again, but ow. When it goes around again, it should be absolutely fine. So it's going to come down here, up, obviously round, and then here. It should be okay, hopefully. And if it isn't, then never mind. But that should be absolutely fine. There shouldn't be like a problem with it. So yeah, here we go. 3D printing stuff. Ooh, exciting! Is the title of today's video. It's nice. It works, and that's really all that counts in my books. So you can see that the print is pretty damn precise, which is nice. Let's get into that bit now. So hopefully, yes, no, bugger. Never mind. I think I caught that when it was just cool enough that it didn't really matter. So hopefully that should not lift, although it looks like it is lifting. Yeah, it's lifting. So we're probably going to have a bit of a problem with that section there, but you know, we're not going to worry about that too much. Oh, we are at 70 degrees, I do believe. Yeah, we are. So yeah, there you go. So me and Johnny are going to go skiing pretty damn soon. So it's going to be a 2-Wally skiing holiday. Very nice. Still now I'm watching. Blimey. It's embarrassing. Just watching this first layer go down. It'll be absolutely fine. 3D printing is an amazing. It's not a hobby. It's a good hobby, and it just works. When you get the printer right, it works. It takes a lot of time to get the print right, but once you get it, you're golden. It's just, you do get a rate of failure, and that rate of failure is probably, well, better to say the rate of pass. The rate of pass is probably about 70%. You have a 30% chance of the print failing, which is quite high. But if you're selling, you just got to amount the costs for that. So, does it matter? Yeah, no, not really. In my books, I'm not too bothered. I mean, if this print here fails, I just moved you. Sorry. If this print here fails, then I'm not, going to be amazingly distraught. But I know I'll be annoyed. But that's annoyed. That's not. I'm fucking distraught because something fucked up. So there you go. You can see that actually printed nicely there, and you just got a bit of this. When it goes over, it'll probably just melt that down, and then it'll be absolutely fine. I'm talking about this bit here. You see that bit, that dodgy bit there. Yeah. Never mind. But we're going around on the final layer, which is nice. Nice to have the final bit going. And as you can actually see, there we go. this whole printer, like these black cogs here, are actually 3D printed. This is called a RepRap, which is called Replicating Rapid Prototyping Machine. That's what the RepRap stands for. And essentially, I haven't yet, but I will do. You can print spare parts for your 3D printer, and if I say this cog breaks for some weird reason, or I'd snap one of these, or it gets a bit hot somewhere and breaks, then it's absolutely fine because it'll get fixed. Because in advance you need to do it. You print all your pieces for this. Sorry, I'm just watching this one because this one is the scary one. That's absolutely fine, actually. Okay. Absolutely fine. So yeah, so you print the parts that you need, or you think you might need in the future, and then you obviously print them. Then, if it breaks, you just replace it and print a new part. So these printers can sustain themselves, especially if you have two. Then you don't actually need to print the parts in advance, saving you material, and then also a little bit of time if you're trying to print. So there we go. On to the second layer now. You can see it's actually moving a lot quicker than it was. So this is now moving at 30 millimeters per second, which is about 3 centimeters per second, which is pretty damn quick for a printer like this. The printers like the Ultimaker can do quicker than this, but to be honest, you don't need. When people say, "Oh, my printer can print quickly," yeah, but the quality goes down. With this, the quality is good. You can get a better print quality with the Ultimaker. Okay, but the Ultimaker has to be very slow. This cost me 300 quid. I had to build it myself. The Ultimaker cost you about £1,000, and it is pre-built. So, I could buy 3 of these printers and get bloody good quality prints, or I could get one Ultimaker and get an alright-ish print. And the final layer around will always be slower, because that is the surface finish, essentially. And so you will get lovely, pretty, or hopefully pretty lines when you print using this. And you can see, there you go, that looks good. Then it does that, and it will go all the way around, like it normally will. I don't know where it started, so I'm not really too sure. I think it started there. No, it didn't. Started somewhere. Started there. And then it'll infill everything. It should. You see, the infill on this is nice and quick. See, it's very quick for any other layer apart from the first and last layers. Mainly because the layers in the middle aren't really that necessary. So you have stuff like that. It's really good. So there we go. We have one viewer. That's nice. Hello. Talk in the chat if you want. I don't really mind. But yeah, so this is essentially 3D printing in a nutshell. With your 3D printer, it can be very incredibly interesting. Sorry, it might be a bit blurry when it's moving very quickly. The thing that I've got ain't too great, but it should be fine. So yeah, so this is quite simply a very cheap 3D printer, but the quality that you can get is very good for the money. Yes, it's not going to be as great as, say, the RepRap, or not the RepRap, the Ultimakers or the MakerBots. Oh, and you've gone. See you later. But yeah, no, it's lovely. So here we go, and it's starting to print again, which is nice. So it does the second layer is obviously very quick and stuff like that. But it's a very, very quick system. Yeah, it's an incredibly simple. It's a really simple way. 3D printing is incredibly simple, but it's really good in another sense, because it's now cheap. I mean, this part that I'm making will probably cost about, I don't know, £1 at the max per one. And there you go. You have a look at that quality. I mean, I've got a little tail coming up here, but that doesn't really matter too much. We do hold it down just slightly, just wiggle it around a bit. Oh, not wiggle it, you don't really need to. And just sort of, yeah, because you've got a heated build plate, when you push it against the heated build plate, the plastic will melt slightly, and it'll want to bond, which that has bonded. It will probably lift up in a few minutes, but that doesn't really matter. And this print will just keep doing these layers, these exact layers that it's doing, over and over again, until it's finished. It is 5 hours, and I'm sorry about that. But 3D printing is slow, which is one of the trade-offs for it being so cheap. So I'm betting that it's probably going to take about 50p per one of these. So this will be a pound worth of print, basically. I've got enough plastic, so I'm not going to run out, hopefully. But yeah. And one other thing is, when you print, it won't always print. You see that this has all been solid so far. That's to give it strength. So it will do that 3 layers on the bottom and 3 layers on the top. In the middle of the print, so probably around about here, it'll do something called like a honeycomb structure, or it'll print a percentage of infill. I think I've set mine to about 1% infill. So 1% of the middle will be plastic, which isn't very strong, people think, but it gives it a lot of flex. And because this is a flexible part, it needs to be obviously flexible. And the layers of the 3 layers on the sides are perfectly enough to give it enough strength for me to carry some skis around. Plus in here, it's going to be very difficult to do 0.1% infill, so it doesn't really matter too much about that. So you see, you missed a bit there. That's because of doing that, and it was quicker to go that way and then that way. So it'll come back to this, I guess, in a minute. So the 3D printer, the .g code files always try and find the fastest route to print and to go everything. So that's probably going to come back over there. There we go, and it finishes off that little bit that we missed off. And now we're moving straight onto that third layer. So it's going to print a layer, and then a layer, then a layer, then a layer, and it's going to keep doing that until we've done, I think it's 97 layers. So we're on our 3rd layer now. Nice and interesting, guys. So probably another, what? Hang on, let me bring up how many hours it says we've got left to print. Only another, well, this says 8 hours remaining, but that is a complete and utter lie. It's 86 layers, sorry, and it reckons pessimistic it will take 6 hours and 1 minute. We've done 3 layers in about 15 minutes so far, but this is the 3rd layer. These are slow layers, because we're printing solid infill. When you get to about 1% infill, it'll probably print, I'll probably say a layer every minute. So no, yeah, actually probably a layer every minute, and we've got 87 minutes to do that, which is probably just over an hour. We'll call it an hour and a half. And then, so there's 2. So that'll probably be, I reckon it'll probably be a 3 or 4 hour print, this, because every layer is a minute. But the movement between the two parts will be more than that. So will be more time. So that all adds up. So it's a matter of, do we print one part and it be probably a 2-hour print, or do we print them both at exactly the same time and it be a not very long print? You see, this part here is already curling up, which isn't good. So I'm just going to hold it down for a bit. I'm just going to hold it down until that thing comes around. If it doesn't get too hot, that is, which it is pretty damn warm. It's bloody warm actually, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, 3D printing, it's bloody brilliant. Woohoo, it's warm. Just do that. So that's going to come, it's probably going to hit my finger in a minute. So I'm going to have to take away from it in a second. And I'll put it back on. Woohoo! That was a bit close. And I'm going to instantly put it back on, because this is the layer that, you don't want this bit messing up so soon. Right now, hopefully, yeah, we're now going to print something called the infill, which this is going to be quite interesting for you, for people watching here. Basically, now what's going to happen is it isn't going to print. You see that it's always been printing like all the way down here, and it's been a solid. This time it's going to print the honeycomb structure at a 1% infill, which actually I probably should have done it at about 2 or 3% infill, but never mind. But I've done it at 1%. So this should possibly be the third layer now. I'm not too sure. Now this is the second one. And it'll print the third one in a minute, and then you'll see that it'll print, and as the print continues, you will see that the honeycomb structure stays the same, and it will go up with it. It's quite interesting to watch. And here we go. Now on the final layer that is visible to the people who, it's visible, sorry, to me, that will be using the product. So that's lifted up again. A little bit, not worried, but annoyed that it keeps lifting up. Don't really think I have anything to keep it down, but never mind. Doesn't really matter too much. I could put tape on, but I really can't be that bothered to put a bit of tape on it, because, to be honest, and here we go. So we're going to finish this third little bit of layer, and then you will see it's going to move very, very quickly, and there you go, and it looks very, very strange. So there you go, it's not infilling properly anymore. It's doing something called the honeycomb structure inside, which I think you can't really see it too well at the moment on the camera. It's always moving as well. Always difficult to show you guys. But yeah, this is my first ever stream, so please in the chat let me know whether you think it's any good, what I can do to help the camera angle maybe, or anything like that. That would be much appreciated, if you could. What I might just do is I might just go over to, I might just do a screen share of the printer interface to show you what the honeycomb structure looks like. So let me do that. Print interface, start the screen share. So there you go. So here is what it's basically doing. And what we have here is, you see, you have these red lines is the ones that it's printing now. You've got that honeycomb there, and that is what it's going to print, that exact shape, continuously for however long it is. So there you go, and then we'll go back to that one for you, and there you go, and then you'll see this print up, and as it continues, you'll see it grow and you'll see it print, and as you guys probably keep watching, you'll see it just gradually increase in height, which is really, really nice to see. 3D printing, it's just the best ever thing I've ever done, I think. The best thing I've ever bought is the 3D printer, without a doubt. I mean, the MG Midget that I've got is brilliant, but 3D printer, oh my goodness, it's just absolutely amazing. Because, for example, my friend wanted a new product made, and I go, oh, I might be able to do that. I'm not too sure. 15-20 minutes on Inventor, and there it was in my hand after an hour of printing. So it took me 20 minutes to make, hour to print, and there it was in my hand. And I think he quite liked it. I even wrapped it up for him, which was nice. So yeah, that's always good. So this is it's a slow process. This will be 5 hours worth of video. Whoop, that sounded fun. 3D printer makes some weird noises. I have tried to 3D print over the night. It does not work. You cannot do it. It's impossible. So yeah, 3D printing, just looking good. So yes. Oh, and there we go. I've unmuted myself. Oh dear. I'm not used to this Google Hangout stuff, but it's quite cool. I quite like it. Quite enjoying it. It's different, that's for sure. So yeah, it's brilliant. I'm loving this 3D printer. Oh, it's just the noises. The 3D. There you go. You can start to see the honeycomb structure now on the video for you guys at home watching, or one of you. Interesting stuff. Please do say in the chat, do you like this? 3D printing. I should probably change the title. Stuff. It's not short glasses anymore. Yeah. Some changes are not saved. How do I save? Go live now. Saving. There we go. Okay. Cool. Ah. Go back. Oh no. There we go. So, I thought I just messed up there, but it's okay. So yeah, this is lovely. It's good. So please send in your comments. I will message back. Is the video good? If not, what can I do to make it better? Dun 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 dun. So yeah. So the layer count that we're now on is layer. Bugger. What layer are we? Doesn't tell me what layer we're on. Never mind. But we're 7% finished with this print, so it's going along nicely. I quite enjoy this. Oh, and you've gone. Oh. And you're back. Hello. I don't know. So yeah, it's lovely. And so, like I've already said, this is for a pair of skis. Because I'm going on a skiing trip with one of my friends, and last year we could carry the skis. That's okay, but I wanted something a bit easier this year to carry the skis with. So I thought, well, why not do this? This would be better. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I found this design on Thingiverse, which is probably an amazing place, Thingiverse. That's still lifted up. That's really pissed me off that that's lifted. Really pissed me off. But guess it doesn't matter too much. Well, it does, but yeah, I'm not gonna complain. And yeah, there, this is printing really nicely actually. Like really, very nicely. I think I've dialed in my printer now that it's printing. Probably, I could get it probably a bit better still, but it's printing pretty nicely as it is. Just something that's good. It's good for the. Okay, we'll just move that a bit for you. Oh, that's a better camera angle. Okay, freaking whoop. There we go. That's a better angle for the printer. There we go. You can actually see what's going on a bit better. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And yeah, you can definitely see the honeycomb structure now. It's brilliant. Probably it's good. There we go. That's a better angle for the printer. There we go. See what's going on a bit better. So, yeah, it's good. But anyway. Bum 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 bum. So, like I've already said about the 3D printing, it's a fun way to create products, but the end piece isn't commercial. You probably couldn't sell it as a product. You couldn't because it's not brilliant for that, and B, I really don't know. I don't really know. So yeah. Oh, bloody hell! Completely forgotten what my train of thought was. Takes a long time to print. So these two pieces, if I want to sell them, I probably can't because of obvious reasons. Of it's taking 6 hours to print two, so it's going to take. If I want to sell them, and I get like an order of 100, that's going to take me absolutely hours to print. It's just not good. So yeah, slightly irritating, but it works well. For sorry, it didn't finish the sentence. It works well for one-offs. It's about it. You know, patch of 1 to 5. On the shot glasses that I started printing, probably 25 is the maximum. But yeah. Pretty much told everyone the ins and outs of 3D printing. I mean, I might be able to go into designing. I can show you guys how to design a little bit in Inventor. But that's probably about it, really. It's quite tricky to sort of say, to sort of show you how to design something in Inventor, then print it when I'm already printing something. But yeah. And then yep, I don't really want to mute my mic. That's it's bad. There we go. Dun 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 dun. And so here we go, probably now at a nice layer height. You can see that it's bloody warping at the back there. You can see that as soon as it goes over, it's warped. But there's not much I can do about that warping at all, unfortunately. So it has to just stay warped. It was, I'm not going to say doomed to fail from the start, but that's pretty much what it was. So yeah, these are looking really nice. I think we're probably about 10% done now. Yeah, 9.27% done, so we're not even a quarter of the way. And we started this print at 3:30 roughly, so it's been about half an hour. And we've gone up probably, I can probably count the layers still. So we've gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, roughly about 10 or 11 layers. So yeah, when this is done, I'll before I finish up this stream, I'll show the quality of the whole part. Can't exactly show you using it and me using it, but you'll probably see it in one of the two Wally's videos. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go on to my Twitter. Yeah, I might put some more videos up on my channel. I need to start getting back into it. I've just bought an EPP FPV plane, which is it's a really nice plane actually. Absolutely excellent for stuff for 3D printing wise. I can do quite a lot. I've got bloody parcel arrived today. I have to wait till bloody Thursday to get it. I mean, yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But never mind. And I could go like tomorrow at 8:30, but I really can't be asked. Sort of drive around where I live, that sort of time. I live quite close to a school, so it's quite tricky. But no, with this 3D printing malarkey, as you can sort of see, every layer sort of prints quite quick. I'm probably going to say 2 minutes per layer, not 1 minute. But yeah, and it just works. 3D printing, when you have it sorted, just works. Unfortunately, I've got a dodgy warp there, but you know what? It isn't affecting the print majorly, so I think it'll be alright for now. But as it goes up, it's gonna come up with it, so it could be a problem in the future of this print. But for now, it's okay. It just works nicely. Dun, 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 dun. 3D printing can be quite a bit boring to watch. But the commentary here at Zip187, second to none. It's awful. But yeah. Well, I just thought it'd be nice to show everyone how 3D printing works and actually what it is. Because at the end of the day, people don't really know. It's interesting. They go, "Oh yeah, 3D printing, that's pretty cool," but they won't know what a 3D printer is. I find that weird. How people will say, "Oh yeah, 3D printing, that's pretty cool," but not know what it is. Right, and I'm gonna probably stop talking for a bit, and I need some lunch. So 4 o'clock here. I haven't had lunch yet, so I'll be back in a bit. I'll mute my mic for you, so you can hear the lovely 3D. Actually, I won't mute my mic, so you can hear the 3D printing. So there you go, because it's all about the sound as well. So it sounds good. There we go. Right, I shall see you guys in a bit. So I just decided I'm not very hungry. Got halfway downstairs and then decided, oh, actually, don't really want dinner or lunch. So I'll probably have like a chocolate bar or something in a bit. But to be honest, I'm really not that hungry. It's not good not being hungry. But yeah, never mind. So yeah, so 3D printing. It's been around for a very, very long time, and it started off with. It's almost like sorry, I'm just opening a cake. Sorry. It's basically like it uses a laser, and it used a photochromatic, or not photochromatic. It used a material that was sensitive to light, and then it hardened every layer like that. And the material for stuff like that is so expensive because it was specialist and no one ever used it. So really, it's not that great. So yeah, so essentially, that's pretty much the 3D printing. That's how it started with, like, it used to be like clay. That there is one Portsmouth University, which I went to for an open day, and it uses paper, and it cuts out paper sort of layer by layer, sort of sticks them on, and then you chisel it out, and that, I think that's very, very cool, because it'll only let you chisel out the stuff that it needs to be chiseled, but it's good. But the problem with 3D printing is the fact that you're gonna have it's not big problems, but they are problems still, and those problems are that you have things like warping, you have things like shrinkage. It's a molten material when you print, so why does it sort of it doesn't stay molten, if that makes sense. Well, obviously it doesn't stay molten, it cools, and what happens to things that cool? They shrink. And so you've got to think about those sort of factors. Will this shrink? And the answer is yes, it probably will shrink. And it will shrink quite a lot, actually. But if you make 2 parts in exactly the same print and exactly the same time, then the shrinkage will probably be about the same. So if I printed like a screw and a nut at exactly the same time with the printer and everything, exactly the same material, it will probably be alright. Even though with the shrinkage they will shrink, both parts will probably fit together still because they shrank at the same rate. But if I printed one with orange and one with green, or one in PLA and one in ABS, which is nice to mix materials, because the ABS that I have is glow-in-the-dark. I haven't had much luck with the glow-in-the-dark stuff. It just didn't really want to stick to the Kapton, which is fine, but I need to find a way to make that work. Plus, I can't get the heated bed over about 80 degrees. So if you 3D print and you know why I can't get my bed over about 80 or 90 degrees, please do leave a comment. That's much appreciated. Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah. So, with this 3D printing, the material for a kilo is about £20. So that makes things, you know, very light and small. Not so much like this, because these are quite big bits. I'm printing pretty much. I couldn't really print a third one on, I don't think. Let me just go into my slicing program and have a look. I use Slicer. I don't, even though I use Pronterface, I use Slicer for my actual slicing program. As such, my Skype is left open. I can't actually sort it either. So, oh shit. So let me go in. Probably in my download section. And here we are, 12% complete. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a long print. So I'm not expecting people to stick around really, but if you can, if you're willing to, that's absolutely fine. Well, you know, even if it has on the background, I'll probably talk when it gets interesting or it's about to finish or something like that. So yeah, and I will be uploading some videos of my tips on 3D printing and my 3D printer and the Prusa iteration 3, which is the one I have. So yeah, it's interesting. Sorry, downloads. There's the one, the ski carry clip. Right, 2, 3. There you go. You can only print 2. You cannot print 3. 3 is just too much. Whoop, bum, 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 bum. Let's ski carry clip. And then if you rotate that one like that, see, this is something that the slicing program doesn't actually get. Would be, because I reckon I can now stick 3 of these in. You think? Yeah. There you go. I have actually been able to stick 3 of these in. Okay. So it does work. You can stick 3 of these clamps in one print. It is all very, very close to each other, but it's possible. That was just me. So I'll just screen share that if you want. Don't actually have to. Nah, there's not much point. But yeah, you can 3 of these clamps in one print if you wiggle them around a bit. But you know, I can do 25 shot glasses, which is probably what I'll be doing soon. So alright, I'll be back in a minute to get a drink. My throat's a bit dry. something like that. So, yeah, it should be fine. And yeah, no, this is working very nicely actually. Very happy. Yeah. Very nice. Right. See you, man. So we are 15% done with about an hour on the clock so far. Yep. So just over an hour on the clock and we're 15% finished. So 15 divided by 100. Sorry, 100 divided by 15 times by 100. Right, that ain't right. I reckon it's going to 666. So we're 15% finished. So we take that times 6.26. So that reckons it's going to take 6 hours. And 6 hours is really not that fun. And in terms of 3D printing. Well, 25 shot glasses will take about 5 hours. This at layer height, this at infill density 80%, which is what was recommended. I've done this at 10%, so I've done it a bit lower. That would have taken 11 hours to print. Fucking 11 hours. Jesus Christ. I couldn't stand for 11 hours. Awful. Yeah, it's poor. Not what we want. We almost. I'm sure what you mean. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So we'll leave it. Fucking hell. We'll leave it for a second. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's what you wanted to do. So, okay, we're going to try this. So, when you're 3D printing, it's vital that you make sure that your filament isn't in a place where it can fall down onto the printer, which mine is. So, it's not good. So I always have to keep an eye on it. I never ever leave it running without me here. But yeah, the matter is you just got to keep an eye on everything. Make sure it's absolutely fine. And then when you're done, you're done. Yeah. Whoops. So just filament. You can see the filament just in the camera shot. I'm so sorry, but I can't do anything about it right now. It will have to just wait for it to do what it needs to do. But if anyone wants anything 3D printed, I mean, really, if someone does want something 3D printed, and they've designed the file in Inventor or something, I'll print it for free for you guys. You will have to pay postage. That's the only thing. Just personal message me in the YouTube. I don't want many, but I'll do a few. I'll give you my email address so you can send the files over. They have to meet some certain criteria. Not guns. Not going to print a gun. Sorry, I mean a bit of a cake. You have to meet certain criteria. So no big overhangs. Has to fit in a 20 by 20 centimeter 20 by 20 by 20 centimeter cubed area. So not very big. Well, these are quite hefty for 3D printing files. It's just general stuff like that. So if you do, just message me on YouTube, with your email address, and I'll email you. Just as long as you have a file or there's something on Thingiverse that you want printed that you don't have, you know, that's fine. Preferably in the UK as well. I mean, I don't mind if you're outside the UK, but I don't want you spending too much in shipping, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Well, although you guys would be paying the shipping, so actually, yeah, wherever. I'll do it for free. You guys just pay shipping. So, that's absolutely fine. If anyone wants something, just let me know. You know, I believe 3D printing is a hobby, and it's an amazing hobby to get into. People can't afford it, and they're but maybe my 3D printing won't work very well. Well, yeah, it might do. You got to find out first. So before I bought my 3D printer, I was going around a university. I was in Bournemouth, and he said, "Oh, homemade 3D printers aren't very good, but they're pretty damn good. I mean, I don't have it on me, bugger. I have a whistle. I print it. I might have it in there. No, I don't have it on me. But essentially, I printed a whistle, and it works. I have a whistle. That's brilliant. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. So, if you're the same guy who's been here from the start, and you've seen it build up, then yeah. I mean, at the moment, I'm just sitting here watching the print on the stream itself on my Google Hangout. Works nicely. You can see that overhang is slowly getting better as a. Ooh, excuse me. Cake's coming back. As the layers are getting taller, that overhang is becoming less and less of a problem. It's just simple. Hopefully. Yes. Good. Is that difficult to turn? Slightly more normal. It's alright. Here we go. So yeah, and then with 3D printing, also, it's about the nostalgia that I've printed this at home. I've made this at home. I have somehow been able to create the plastic object from a design that I've had on a computer to this, and it's a brilliant feeling to have that something that you have designed is now being used as a prototype, yeah, or as like a little one-off thing, but for somebody else. I like that. I like that, how you can do things like that. It's cool. Love it. But yeah, 3D printing. They're not meant to last that long, 3D printers, but mine's been going for quite a while now. It's been going, well, about half a year coming up. so it's not amazingly long for a 3D printer. But I bought mine. This is the Prusa i3, supposedly an experimental printer when I got it, and I thought, should I get the experimental one or should I get the other one? I thought, I'll get this one. It looks easier to build. It's tons better. So I'm glad I got that one instead of like a next day rep wrap or from something from like the rep wrap shop. It's good. I mean, you have a look at this. It's just amazing. It really is. So total all up cost me about 350 quid. So it's nothing compared to some stuff. J-head is held in with, you can see those, basically they're staples, not staples, paper clips. It's held in by that. Nice and simple, crude method, but works. Yeah. There's, close the fucking window. Oh, I've got a problem with my Skype being, it doesn't want to close the actual window down, so it gets a bit dodgy every now and then. Don't really matter. Business. Oh, fun. Business and graphics tomorrow. Product line. Oh, it's just the sound of 3D printers. It's step motors. It's almost like the 1980s sort of what people thought electronics would sound like. It's brilliant. So yeah, I'm up for pretty much 3D printing anything, really. Just as long as it isn't a gun, I'll try and 3D print it. It's just, I find it so amazing. I mean, all of my 3D prints so far have pretty much worked, except for one, which I tried. If you live in the UK and you bank with Barclays, more than likely you have something called a PINs entry, which is basically you put your card in, enter in your PIN number, and it gives you an 8-digit code to type in, and it's to help you do with online banking. I thought, well, this was one of the things I was given to do. One of my work experiences was to basically copy it and print one. Or you know, the brief was just to copy it and just sort of copy the design exactly. Then I thought, oh, we'll print that because that'd be pretty cool to print. This was about a year ago when I did this, and I wanted to print it from the day one that I got this 3D printer. And yeah, it kind of worked, but yeah, because the Barclays PIN entry has like an overhang, it's quite tricky to print, and I couldn't get the support layers to work on this printer. I'm not sure why, I just couldn't get them to work, so I never did it. I might try again actually, but this print, once it's done, I'll give you a really nice view. But the layers, apart from that curly bit, they're just going down perfectly. Couldn't ask for a better print, don't really think. It's excellent print for a stream. I mean, it would have been better if it was an hour instead of 5 or 6. But no, those layers are going down very, very nicely. I mean, you still have a bit of a problem with the with that curl, but you know, it curls. There's not much you can do about warping and curling in 3D printing. If you hear right at the start, you might have seen that I sprayed the bed with hairspray. I ran out, so that's one way to try and combat curling is with the hairspray. When it gets hot, it gets sticky, and and it sticks to the plastic. Another one is PVA glue, like a Pritt stick glue. You can put that down on the bed. I haven't tried that one because I just think that but I don't really want to put glue on my plastic on my build plate, because glue when it gets hot stinks horribly, especially Pritt stick. It's not very nice, and it's difficult to get off. And I just don't see it. But I'll give it a go. When I get some Pritt stick or need some more Pritt stick, I'll try it. But yeah, so I hope these work for the skiing, at least for a day or so. I want them to see that they work, because that'd be nice. But yeah, so it's absolutely lovely just to watch your piece of work pretty much come to life. It's amazing to watch that. Yeah, it's scary when that happens, though. Essentially, it's sort of starting to be quite difficult to take that off, actually. But yeah, it's a bit that is a bit scary, that bit. I might have to relocate the spool holder to somewhere else. But yeah, anyway, spool holder seems to want to come off its or the spool wants to come off the spool holder that I've put to the side. I might have to readjust where I put the spool holder or the spool or something. It's not good that it wants to sort of jump out at you. So I might put it somewhere completely different. So it's only screwed in, and I can always print another one if needs be. Oh, sounds like that will scare me. But yeah, it's brilliant. I missed because as you guys know, if you watch the Zip 187 channel a little bit, I do model plane flying. I had a parcel try and be delivered today. Normally the guy is good and he'll leave it, but I think because it was an international and a signed for item, he couldn't. Never mind. But yields, not good indeed. Normally the guy is good. He'll leave it. I think because it was an international signed for item, he couldn't. Never mind. I guess. Never mind. Yields. So here we are, printing away. It's loud. It's quite a challenge sometimes with the 3D printer. I had such problems with it when I started that it would print over and it wouldn't go up enough. Calibration is difficult because you actually have to go into the the Arduino file if you use Marlin or well, basically any replicating rapid prototyper. It's so difficult to calibrate. It's so difficult. Really not too sure why, but I guess it doesn't matter too much anymore. Oh wow, looks good. Oh, blimey. So the flooding in Somerset, it's not good, really. But you can't blame people for a flood. You've built on a floodplain, so of course it's going to flood. Really? Oh, it's just I don't get it. Why people sort of build on floodplains and then complain when it fucking floods. Just I don't know. Never mind. That's a nice car. That's very nice. Hmm. Oh, I like watching ooh. I like as you know, I've got an MG midget, which there should be one picture on that. But oh, blimey, midgets, that's lovely. But sorry, if you get a midget, it has to be chrome bumper. Cannot have it out of a bumper. MG Metro. Oh, really? Oof. You want an MG Metro? Oh my goodness. Yuck. It's horrible. Sorry if anyone likes the MG Metros, but this is vile. Oh. I guess easy to work on, isn't it? Yeah. Wouldn't want one though. Hmm. So we're now 22% finished with this print. I think I'm going to stop the live stream now, and I'll come back to it when pretty much the print is over. I'll upload a proper video if anyone wants to see a proper print. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.